Sound, low ocean hum, deep bass like a heartbeat, faint bubbling echoing in darkness. Visual, wide orbital shot of Earth, focusing on vast blue oceans covering most of the planet. The ocean is Earth's greatest secret. It covers more than 70% of the planet, yet more than 80% remains unexplored. To look across its endless surface is to stare at mystery itself, an abyss, hiding storms, monsters, and landscapes beyond imagination. Beneath the waves lie trenches deeper than mountains are tall, creatures that shimmer like stars, and forces powerful enough to shape the climate of continents. Sound, crashing surf, howling wind across rocky cliffs. Visual, towering waves slamming against coastline, spray exploding skyward. The ocean is never still. Storms march across its surface. Waves build to the height of buildings, and in rare moments they transform into tsunamis, walls of water that rise without warning. A tsunami travels faster than an airplane, crossing oceans in hours, then strikes with the strength to erase entire cities. In 2004, the Indian Ocean tsunami claimed more than 200,000 lives. In 2011, Japan's coastline was torn apart, towns drowned, reactors crippled. Water.com or clear can turn to destruction in a heartbeat. Sound, deep underwater rumble. Sonar ping fading into darkness. Visual, descent beneath waves into the twilight zone. Sunlight fading to blue gloom. But the greatest mysteries lie below. Sunlight touches only a few hundred meters. Beyond that lies the midnight zone, where darkness rules and pressure crushes steel. Yet life thrives. Creatures with transparent bodies, glowing organs, and teeth like glass drift through black water. Anglerfish dangle lanterns of light to lure prey. Siphonophores stretch longer than blue whales, chains of life glowing like galaxies in motion. The abyss is alive, but it follows rules we are only beginning to grasp. Sound, eerie echoes, hum of a submersible engine. Visual, submersible approaching hydrothermal vents, smoke plumes rising like chimneys. In the abyssal plains, hydrothermal vents erupt with water hotter than fire, laced with minerals. Around them, ecosystems flourish without sunlight. Tube worms taller than a man, ghostly crabs with furred claws, microbes that feast on chemicals instead of light. Here, life writes a new rulebook. Many scientists believe these vents may hold the key to our own origins, that life itself began in heat and darkness, not sunlight. If life can thrive here, then perhaps beneath the ice of Europa or Enceladus, alien oceans breathe as well. Sound, low grinding tremor. Rushing current. Visual, underwater earthquake shifting seafloor, landslide triggering massive waves. The ocean is restless. Earthquakes rupture beneath it, spawning tsunamis. Landslides displaced entire basins of water. The seafloor records impacts from asteroids, scars from ancient eruptions, and entire landscapes drowned as glaciers melted at the end of the Ice Age. Doggerland in northern Europe, once home to humans, now lies beneath the North Sea. The ocean is a graveyard of civilizations, a reminder that water reclaims as much as it gives. Sound, haunting whale song, deep and resonant, carrying through black water. Visual, a whale gliding slowly through shafts of blue light. The ocean also sings. Whales use low frequencies to speak across thousands of kilometers, voices carrying through the endless deep. The blue whale, the largest creature ever to live on Earth, feeds on krill no larger than a fingernail. This balance is delicate, a chain invisible yet immense. But whales are threatened by warming seas, shipping noise, plastic, and hunting. Their songs still echo, but whether they will echo a century from now depends on us. Sound, swirling undertow, currents rushing like rivers in darkness. Visual, global map animation of ocean currents flowing like glowing arteries. Currents are the bloodstream of the planet. The Gulf Stream carries warmth from tropics to the Arctic, shaping climates from North America to Europe. Without it, London would freeze, monsoons would vanish, and weather systems would collapse. These currents, called thermaline circulation, are driven by differences in heat and salt. But as glaciers melt, fresh water dilutes the sea, and the conveyor belt slows. Scientists warn, if it falters, the balance of life on Earth may flip in a single human lifetime. Sound, low, sparkling hum, faint crackle of light. Visual, night ocean glowing with bioluminescent plankton, waves glittering like starlight. At times, the ocean performs wonders. Entire seas glow with living light, a phenomenon called milky seas. Sailors wrote of them for centuries, waters glowing for hundreds of kilometers, ships adrift in seas that shimmer like galaxies. Even today, the cause is not fully understood. Just as red tides choke life, milky seas enchant, the ocean balances between miracle and menace. Sound, deep silence, punctuated by distant sonar ping visual, submersible descending into Mariana Trench, beams of light cutting through blackness. At the bottom of the Mariana Trench lies Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth. 11 kilometers down, the pressure is 1,000 times greater than at the surface. Yet life exists, shrimp-like creatures, translucent snails, microbes that endure in chemical extremes. More people have walked on the moon than seen this abyss. We have mapped Mars more thoroughly than we have mapped our own seabed. The deepest places of Earth remain strangers to us. Sound, thunder above water, storm winds colliding with waves. Visual, storm surge flooding city streets, cars submerged. But the ocean does not only hide mysteries, it reaches into human life daily. It carries ships, trade, and history. It gives fish to billions, yet storms that sweep away entire towns. It remembers the Titanic, resting silent 2 miles down. It remembers oil spills, staining coasts, naval battles, and migrations that reshape civilizations. The ocean is not backdrop, it is stage. Sound, bubbling reefs, faint crackle of coral, distant fish movement. Visual, coral reef, shifting from vibrant colors to bleached white in time-lapse. Coral reefs are rainforests of the sea, nurseries where life begins, but warming waters bleach them into ghostly ruins. Without reefs, fish lose homes, coasts lose protection, humanity loses one of nature's oldest legacies. In reefs, we see the fragility of the ocean made visible. A single degree of warming can mean survival or death. Sound, deep, swirl, massive whirlpool forming. Visual, aerial of a giant maelstrom spinning, pulling boats toward its center. The sea also shapes fear. Sailors once told of whirlpools that swallowed ships whole, of Krakens rising from the deep, of Poseidon's wrath. Many of these myths sprang from truths: giant squids stretching over 10 meters, maelstroms spun by colliding tides, rogue waves as tall as towers. Today, we understand their physics, but the fear remains. The ocean holds power that humbles even modern science. Sound, solemn strings, rising with urgency. Visual, satellite view of Earth, plastic gyres spinning across oceans. Today the greatest threat to the sea is us. Islands of plastic drift across gyres the size of countries. Microplastics now fall in rain, found even in snow at the poles. Oil spills stain coastlines. Overfishing empties waters once teeming with life. The endless blue is not infinite, it is vulnerable. Sound, hopeful tones, swelling orchestral rise. Visual, coastal communities restoring mangroves, scientists releasing baby turtles into the sea. But we are not helpless. Mangroves shield shores, seagrasses absorb carbon, marine reserves let life recover. When nations unite to protect whales, populations rise. When communities restore reefs, fish return. The ocean is resilient, if given time. The point is not to conquer it, the point is to live with it. Sound, gentle surf, distant whale song fading into silence. Visual, Earth from orbit, endless blue oceans shimmering under sunlight. The ocean is vast, the ocean is restless, and the ocean is not finished with us.